Hello everybody and welcome along to OneHubRacing. This is season 19 and we are here to look back at the season just gone. We've had some debut winners, debut people that have been on the podium, people that scored their first points with us this season, as well as a few more twists and turns. We'll also be crowning the remaining champions and runners-up. My name is Jess Ball, and since the F1 side is going on a break for a while, we thought it would be very fitting to have someone very special alongside me as the co-host for this evening. It's a big boss himself, Nick. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you, Jess. Very excited to be here and looking forward to discussing the end of season 19.
Yeah, it's gone pretty quickly, hasn't it? It seems like yesterday that we as a management team decided to talk about season 19 and how it was going to go. We introduced some new ideas as well, some new drivers joining us this season, and we didn't know how it was going to go, but we finally got to the end of the season. A bit bittersweet as well, and we also got to race around Imola for the first time as well, but we won't draw on that too much because I know a lot of you are here to find out if you won some of the prizes that we've got on offer, but there's still some titles that we obviously already decided already, so we'll talk about those first and our runners-up. So our Drivers' Champion for the Prospect tier was Fozzie Bear, and it came down to the final race in Imola last time about, and it was between Fozzie Bear, Josh and Jason, and to be honest, between the top three, it could have gone down to any of them.
Yeah, really exciting. I always find the bottom tier, are, more committed necessarily than the higher tiers up, and you see drivers always fighting right to the last race of the season to see what they can achieve. And this season it was Fozzie Bear who came out on top. Obviously hasn't won the championship before, but won the final two races. And it was close between, obviously, him and Josh right up until the last couple of races where Josh didn't start the penultimate and didn't finish the final race. So in the end, a comfortable margin, but surely wasn't like that through the course of the season.
Yeah, I think anyone could have done it, and I think we saw the championship contenders, Jason and Josh, retire pretty much middle of the race, and soon as one championship contender fell, it just became easier for Fozzie Bear, and it was his title to lose, and he took the championship in style as well. He got the fastest lap as well. Yeah, let's just give a rundown of the stats. 3 wins for Fozzie Bear, 6 podiums and 3 drivers of the day. He did have a few DNFs as well, so it didn't go all his way. Josh had the most wins out of our championship contenders. He had a 22-point gap to Fozzie Bear, 4 wins, 5 podiums and 1 driver of the day. And Jason, who finished third, 2 wins, 3 podiums and 1 driver of the day. So those top 3, they'll be walking away with prizes. Obviously Fozzie Bear taking home the top trophy. And our Constructors champions, well, Fozzie Bear takes a double along with his teammate Jason. Ferrari are the Constructors championship champions, and again that went down to the final race, and it was between them and Alfa Romeo, but with both Alfa Romeos not having a good race, again it was an easy championship for Ferrari.
Yep, easy but exciting, and it always is with the Prospect here. So what a show they put on this season. Good to see Jamie up there in 4th place as well, so close to finishing top 3, and obviously he's been around for such a long time. And then the standout moments, obviously, Jess, you getting a podium, and Alex getting his first league win in 10 years. So overall, fantastic tier.
Yeah, it's been one of my favourite seasons to race in, actually, and it was nice to see Alex take his first win in the same place I took my first podium, and I got my medal yesterday as well for Driver of the Month, which was a new addition to this season, which Silly Sly Guy won the September one as well. We'll talk about Silly Sly Guy once we get to the Pinnacle tier, because he's been a standout as well. But Constructors then, Ferrari were your Constructors champions, then it was Alfa Romeo, then it was McLaren as well, which were quite close, and it was AlphaTauri, Mercedes, Aston Martin, Red Bull, Haas, Alpine, and then Williams bringing up the rear. So we'll go things swiftly on, because we know that a few people want to find out other champions. Points champion, that was the first champion that was decided. I think it was round 8 or round 9, and it was Aaron who won the Drivers' Championship, and he won it by, I think, 20 points. No, that was podium. Sorry, speak about that in a minute. He won that by 37 points to second place man Colin. It was also in a Mercedes, and they won the Constructors' Championship. And Gaza got runner-up spot in third place. The last time he got runner-up spot was when he was in Prospect Tier a few seasons ago. So good to see Gazza up there. Good to see Colin there on his debut season at OneHub get a prize as well. But Aaron, obviously a veteran to OneHubRacing, he definitely deserved that title.
Yeah, Aaron's obviously raced with us for some time now, and mostly in the bottom tier, you know, and obviously he was in the points tier, and I really didn't see him, you know, the biggest points gap of all the Drivers' Championships, so I really didn't see him dominating like he has done, but, you know, he had just such a consistent season, was always there, and truly deserved, didn't miss a race, truly deserved that championship, and, you know, always good to see Colin, who's a new driver, up there getting a prize, and then obviously Gazza back on the top three, which is what we love to see.
Yeah, and obviously Quinn getting a few wins this season as well, after him being flying under the radar the previous season as well. And Liam managed to get a win. Trunder's got his first win as well this season. I think it was in Austria, so great to see him up there. And we saw MCFC get his first podium in the second bottom tier as well, which is great to see him get the step up. We had Sully got a podium as well as Lawrence as well, so nice to see some standouts there. And even Yamin a Giggle Mate also got his first podium as well. I think that was quite a shot, but he definitely deserved it. And Constructors' Championships, well, since Aaron JS and Colin were 1 and 2, it was inevitable that they were the Constructors' Champions. Like I said, Mercedes are the Constructors' Champions, and now your Constructors standings with Red Bull in second. That was a big gap between first and second. Mercedes, they wrapped it up, I think, round 7 or 8, and Alpine finished first. And now the rest of your stands, we don't want to, again, talk about that too much, because we briefly talked about Mercedes just now. Podium tier also went down to the final race, and after the first few laps, we didn't know which way it was going to go. The championship contenders both got involved in incidents. We didn't know who was going to win it. It came down to the wire, but it was Red Matt who took the championship on the final lap, and again, it was a championship that could go either way. Cam was leading it most of the way, but it was Red Matt that was dominating towards the end of the season.
Yeah, with 5 wins, you know, obviously he missed the first race as well, so he was already starting on the back foot. But you have to say, truly deserved. And just look at the end of his season. Didn't finish in round 6, and then took 3 wins and a 3rd place in the final 4 races. It's hard to argue with that kind of form, but truly deserved. Cam in 2nd place, and Kian, you know, who's been driving for us for some time, back in the top 3, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, it's nice. I think he got his last win in Imola as well, in extreme circumstances as well, with penalties, and to be honest, it's nice to see him up there as well. So Red Matt, like I said, 5 wins, 6 podiums, 2 driver of the day. Can took a win, 1 win, 5 podiums. I think his win was in Australia in the first round, I believe. Kian got 1 win, 4 podiums, and Pedjadat also got some wins as well, 2 wins and 4 podiums. He missed a couple of races as well, so if he didn't miss a few races, he would have been up there as well. And Coutinho got a win as well. Thomas got a few podiums, and I'm just trying to see, did anyone else get a win? No, nobody else got a win. So it was mainly the top 6 that were up there. So Red Matt, Cam, and Kian will get some prizes at the end of the season. And the Constructors, well, Vitinho also get a prize, because AlphaTauri are your Constructors champion. And that was wrapped up at the end of round 9 in the United States Grand Prix. No one else could catch them. And I think they helped each other a lot this season. So again, well deserved. Red Matt again doing the double. That's kind of like a theme between all our Drivers' Champions at the moment. Both of them won the Drivers and the Constructors' Champions for all 3 tiers so far.
Yeah, and interestingly, half of the grid got a podium in the podium tier. So
wow.
Just shows you how, you know, any race, anything could happen.
Yes, and pretty much looking at the Constructors' standings in podium, I haven't pointed it out in other tiers, but 8 teams got podiums in the podium tier, which I have to say is insane, with Mercedes and Red Bull the only teams not getting podiums, which is quite a shock really, because in the other tiers they managed to get podiums in that, but the podium tier they just fell short. But Williams were in 2nd place in that tier, and McLaren were in 3rd. And Alpine were in 4th, but again, you can see it on the screen. Well done to, obviously, everyone that was involved in the podium tier. And obviously, for me as a head of commentary, it was hard to find some commentators for this tier. So we didn't manage to get all the races streamed, but whoever did commentate for podium, thank you so much. for stepping in, especially Luke and B-Boy went for the final race. That was some great commentary there. Position tier. I had the privilege of commentating position tier throughout the majority of the season, along with Jamie Met. And again, it went down to the wire. Literally, the final lap of pretty much the final lap, we did not know it would have come down to penalties. Chris had to close the gap because he was on no penalties, but it wasn't enough. And it was Larkin who got his first title with us at OneHubRacing. And it was between himself, Glock, Scorpion and Chris, and it came down to Larkin, and the gaps were quite close, and it was a privilege to cover it, but Larkin was very delighted when he crossed the line victorious, and what a way to do it in the final race and around Imola too.
Yeah, obviously this is a tier that I raced in, extremely competitive, just right up, you make a mistake on your qualifying lap and you can lose 10 positions, so but it's so nice to see a driver like Larkin win. Race with us for a few seasons now. Always been in the top tier. This season he was given a chance in the tier below just by obviously how the splits went on qualifying night. Fitted right in with this tier. Perhaps didn't get off to the best start, but then look at these last 4 races. First, second, first. So you can't really argue with that. And Chris up there again. In the Aston Martin with Scorpion, so Constructors champions for the 2nd season in a row, and they're both finishing in the top 3, so really good to see them up there. And obviously we won't spend too long talking about Glock, but what could have been had he been able to control his emotions both on and off track. But shame for him, but is what it is.
Yeah, and the 2 Aston Martins were able to capitalise on that and get 2nd and 3rd, and that's what helped them win the Constructors. And Red Bull finished 2nd and Mercedes 3rd, so them doing one position. And position as well, I think position is the only tier to have someone who won the drivers not win the Constructors. So that I think that's an anomaly there, but Aston Martin did a great job keeping consistent all season. They didn't score a win, but they score 9 podiums, which I have to say is insane. So on to the final tier, which is the Pinnacle tier, and I wouldn't have predicted this going into the final race of the season, but by the end of this, both Netsky and Silly Sly Guy finished on 149 points, and it came down to, I think it came down to the amount of wins that they had or something. I was just trying to see.
Yeah, countback. It was done on countback.
It was down on countback, and because I don't think Silly Side Guy got the fastest lap. But he still did enough to win the title because he got 4 wins out of the first 4 races. He got a DNF in round 5 and round 7, which we thought, he's starting to slip his form. He started to pick up his form from round 8, which he did a fantastic performance in round 9 in USA as well. And to be honest, Netsky and Silly Sly Guy, they both did amazing. Both deserve to be up there. Shame that Netsky didn't climb up a little bit in the race in round 10, but both of them put up a good fight, and Netsky has handed the title to Silly Sly Guy. Don't forget, Netsky won the title last season in the Pinnacle tier, and both of them definitely deserve the top 2, but I wouldn't have predicted this after the form that Silly Sly Guy had in the first 4 races of the season. After the first 4 races, we thought Silly Sly Guy would have won it quite early on, but no, Netsky challenged him all the way.
Absolutely crazy. After 10 races, they both finished on the exact same points. Both showed up to all 10 races, so they wanted it equally as much. But maybe I'm a little bit biased, but it's great to see ERT at the top, drivers champion, and to take the fight, come into the league first season, take the fight to the defending champion Netsky, was great to see. And I know there was a bit of confusion as the race ended last week as to who was champion. It's one of those situations where you have to go to count back, and obviously with Silly Sly Guy's superior wins, he walked away champion. But crazy to finish on points like that.
And interesting fact, they both had the same amount of podiums as well, 7 podiums, which I have to say is incredible. So great job to both of them. And Zane as well, he got, I think Zane was one of the drivers who got, the only driver that got disqualified this season for a race due to the fact that he didn't do the amount of pit stops that he was required to in one race. But apart from that, he got 4 podiums and he managed to get a runners-up prize because of it. So he gets a PSM voucher, a trophy, and I can't remember what you get for 3rd place, but well done to him on his first season at OneHub. And I think he could challenge against top guys in season 20 whenever we come back. Constructors champions, well, Silly Sly Guy did the double alongside Tom Robbo. Tom Robbo actually managed to finish in 4th, but that was enough for both of them to win the Constructors Championship for the Pinnacle tier. And I think it was Tom Robbo's form towards the end maybe that got him up there as well. I believe he got a podium in the last race. Oh, no, he didn't get... Did he get a podium? I can't remember. Yeah, he did get a podium in the last race of the season, which kind of helped the Constructors a little bit. I think it was between Ferrari and Alfa Romeo for the Constructors. Similar to Prospect, actually. So, coincidence how things turned out that both teams were in the running for both Prospect and Pinnacle, but it was a different way around for both tiers. So, but anyway, well done to Alfa Romeo, and Tom Robbo gets a nice prize as well. So, top 4 in the drivers all get prizes, whether it's drivers, constructors, or both.
Crazy to think as well that Alfa Romeo and Ferrari were separated. Well, they basically tied on points because the guy in first, so the guy, 149, and his teammate was on 80. And then likewise, the guy in second was on 149, and his teammate in 5th was on 80. So, yeah, absolutely crazy that both drivers, first driver and second driver, finished on the same amount of points. But there we go. Good on them for putting on a good show.
I think it's very important to say that I think Alfa Romeo and Ferrari had a good, strong team bond this season, I think. With due to the fact that you're able to have a second driver that's able to commit as well, with the likes of Tom Robbo and obviously Netski's teammate as well, of Ryderdale. Ryderdale, don't forget, was a new driver this season, and he delivered as well. Don't forget him. So, well deserved. Alfa Romeo first, Ferrari second, Williams first. And don't forget, only the top constructor from each tier gets prizes. So, but we wanted to recognise Ferrari and Williams as well in the Pinnacle tier. So we've revealed all the ones that we knew about, obviously. You may not have knew about Alfa Romeo because that wasn't tweeted, because we were still working it out last week as to who was Pinnacle champion, because it was that close, but we finally worked it out. So we've got the first one of the awards, and that is the Commentators Champion. And sadly, I've got a sad announcement. It's going to be the last season with the Commentators Championship, so whoever gets it this season will be the last one to get it. Obviously, Luke got it for the last 3 or 4 times, which is quite incredible. But let me just get the welcome with host thing again. There we go. Since Luke only commentated on one race, he can't win it this time. But that means we will have a new champion. We won't reveal it just yet, but it was quite close. And just to give you a hint, the first and second was separated by 1,000th of a rating. That's how close it was, and nothing separated between the top 2. It was just crazy.
Yeah, this was obviously introduced, to give back to the commentators, for all their hard work that they do to put on the streams that drivers and fans alike love to watch. So as just said, this will be the last season with the Commentators Championship standings, because the league had some issues getting commentary done this season, so perhaps the Commentators Championship isn't working the way we had intended. Obviously still nice to give back to commentators, and they all did a brilliant job, but we'll be looking at new ways that we can give back to our commentators, who will perhaps be able to be a bit more committed, but that's not taking away anything from the job that these guys did this season.
Yeah, it was brilliant to watch all the streams this season as well, and thank you to all the commentators that just pulled off some great work and great effort. But let's reveal the first championship that is about to be crowned that we haven't announced yet. So I will announce it from 3rd to 1st, because the top 3 get prizes again this year, just like last season. So it's not just a champion that gets it; it is a top 3 as well. So. Let me just get the standings up. There we go. So in 3rd place with 4.92 is from the prospect here, Tom. So congratulations to Tom. He gets a prize for this season, and he's a second runner-up. And I was going to reveal 2nd place, but I know some of you look at the standings every week, and if I reveal second, it's kind of obvious who gets first. So I will reveal the commentator's champion right now. So the commentator's champion, separated by less than a thousandth of a rating, is the commentator that's basically been at the front since the very, very start. It is Owen Wyatt. Congratulations, you are the final commentator's champion at OneHubRacing. And you join prestigious names such as Luke Etheridge to win the biggest prize that commentators ever have. So congratulations to Owen. Congratulations to top three, but that doesn't take credit out of all the other commentators. All the other commentators have done an amazing job, but it is the top three that I think stood out above the rest as well. So congratulations to all of those commentators. And what did you think of that?
Yeah, so Owen finished on 4.95 as an average rating. Matt finished on 4.94 as an average rating. Tom finished on 4.92 of an average rating, and Jamie finished on 4.91 and fourth of an average rating. Pete was in fifth with 4.87. So they all did a brilliant job. We couldn't do what we do without our commentators, and can't wait to discuss and reveal what we plan to do to keep them coming back and putting on our show for us next season.
Yeah, I think the one especially that has turned up quite a bit to a lot of the races and the one who scored consistently highly, I would definitely invite them back to next season. So any commentators that have commentated on this season and would like to come back for next season whenever we do it, you're more than welcome back because you all did a great job. And don't forget, we also have reserves that filled in for quite a bit of our races. We've had Minty, who was originally full-time but couldn't commit. He did one race, so thank you to Minty. Obviously, Gareth as well. He commentated for One Hub for the first time and he really enjoyed it. Dane Star filled in for one race, a podium tier. Thank you to him. Storm as well, who filled in for one race. Cara, who filled in for a few podium races, as well as I'm trying to think, Andy, who started as a full-time but couldn't commit. And obviously Quinn as well, who enjoyed himself as a commentator. We get to see his commentary skills really blossom as well, so great to see. But speaking of committed commentators, we'll stay with the commentators theme and get onto the first wheel of the session and find out who is the most committed commentator. So similar to the Going Gets Tough award, we've introduced it to the commentators. So the commentators that have attended all 10 races this season in terms of streams, they will get put into a wheel, and the winner of that wheel will get £25 PSN voucher to their name as well. So that just basically rewards the commentators that turn up every week without fail. And it only came down to 2 commentators, and it's not a surprise who's on that wheel. It's Indecisive and Jamie, but only one of them can win it.
Yeah, obviously we introduced this one for this season to try and encourage commentators to attend all the races. Luckily for Matt and Jamie, there's only 2 of them. And time to find out which of the 2 are going to win themselves most committed commentator of season 19.
Here we go. So hopefully you guys can see the wheel. So this is our first wheel of the evening. And there's only 2, so the wheel is quite big, so you can both see the names. And so we'll see who has won an extra or PSN voucher. They both won a prize in the past, actually, for Commentators Championship. Obviously indecisive this season. So who's going to win it? Most committed commentator for this season. Ah, that is nice. So Jamie, who finished 4th in the Commentators Championship, does not miss out and he gets most committed commentator. Congratulations to Jamie, and he won't get missed out on a lovely gift that we've produced together for him. Here he is. It is official. Jamie, you're the most committed commentator for season 19.
Congratulations, Jamie. Thoroughly deserves, as you said, finished in 4th, Jess, and he was so quick in the 4.9s as an average rating. So, brilliant job commentating. Brilliant job driving, you have to say, for him. It'll be his best season so far.
Yeah, I agree. And it was nice to commentate with him this season. It was a lot of fun, so he definitely deserves it. But again, Matt did a great job this season as well. And he did the final race championship decider on his own, Matt. So fair play to him. I don't know if I was able to manage that. So good job to him. So next one is poles and fastest laps. Now, basically, what is going on with this prize? Whoever wins this award will get a pair of sim racing gloves from 3M Sim Racing, one of our sponsors. So thank you very much to 3M Sim Racing for providing those. I have one of those and they look very, very cool. So whoever gets the combined poles and fastest laps for season 19 will get one of these gloves. And I'll let you announce this one, Nick, and it only came down to one winner, and this person won it by 2 points. So, Nick, can you reveal who is the winner of the sim racing gloves for this season?
Yes, and just to add, big thanks, as you said, just to Free Sim Racing for providing these gloves. This is a new 2021 pair of gloves that they developed. So better grip, better air circulation, and a man who knows how to get pole position as fast as laps is surely going to enjoy a set of these gloves. So congratulations to an ERT driver, Silly Sly Guy, for winning this in season 19 with a total of 12 poles and fastest laps as a combined total, 2 ahead of the next driver. And as I said, just scrolling through the list there, even if someone hang at the back and tried to get 10 fastest laps, they still wouldn't have been able to beat Silly Sly Guy, who finished with a total of 12. So congratulations to him.
There you go. He is rocking it with the prizes at the moment, Mr. Silly Sly Guy, and I'm sure he's going to love the gloves that we have on offer for him as well. And to be honest, Silly Sly Guy, if you're watching, I have a pair of sim racing gloves myself, and they are very, very comfy. So I know you're going to absolutely love it. And I forgot to put the video of the pair of sim racing gloves of him actually being announced as the winner. So I need to actually try and find it quickly. I should have checked all the videos in time, but I completely forgot. But I'm just going to get it up so he gets his moment of fame. Here he is, Silly Sly Guy. He's on top once again, but this time he's got the pole position and fastest lap award. So well done. And they're not going to get a prize, but I may as well reveal second place. Second place was Glock, and third place was Red Matt. Red Matt getting 9 combined poles and fastest laps, and closely followed by Aaron, JS, and Jason. So well done to those guys. Obviously, they won't get anything, but a big mention to them. So our next award is Driver of the Season. And the winner of those is going to be provided a direct drive wheel stand provided by Next Level Racing. I'm quite jealous that I'm not going to win this award because I only got 1 point for that. But I'm sure the winner will definitely be delighted. But this time, not just 1, but 3 people are in the running because they've got a total of 3 Driver of the Day each. We won't reveal who they are just yet, but obviously Next Level Racing, they provide prizes every year. So a massive thank you to them.
Yeah, they've been sponsoring us and our main sponsor ever since season 14. So this is the 5th season they've been sponsoring us now, and they're always such a great group of guys to work with. I love chatting to them when we're discussing new seasons, and they just keep banging out these amazing products, whether it's a GT Light or what we've got on offer this season. So yeah, really excited to be able to give a driver one of their amazing prizes. So only 1 prize from Next Level Racing this season, but it's a mega one.
It is a big one, and it's come down to 3 drivers, and it is Silly Sly Guy, who got 3 Driver of the Days, Fozzie Bear, who got 3 Driver of the Days, and Cam, who also got 3 Driver of the Days. So one of those drivers will win a direct drive stand. Who's it going to be? Is Silly Sly Guy going to get another prize? Is Fozzie Bear going to get another? Well, basically all 3 of them have won prizes already. So who's going to get another prize out of the 3? We'll have to find out. Let's get rolling the second wheel of the evening as I click the button. There we go. Eventually got that.
This is a big one. Who's going to win?
Fozzie Bear! Congratulations from the prospect tier. You won yourself a direct drive stand. Don't forget, Fozzie Bear was the prospect tier champion for season 19. So that is one of our biggest prizes that we ever offered at OneHubRacing. And Fozzie Bear, congratulations, you get it.
Yeah, massive achievement. Driver's champion and winning himself Next Level Racing prize, you have to say. Not bad for a £7-8 entry fee, Jess?
Yeah, not too bad as well. And I'm not sure if he's raced premium or not, but that doesn't really matter. He was performing really well all season, and I think he was in the running. We wasn't in the running until the final race. He got driver of the day for the final race, so that kind of helped him a little bit. So congratulations, and he will be getting a next one racing stand, which should arrive in a decent amount of time as well. And Folly Bear, if you're watching, tweet an image or just put it on Discord once you got it, so then we could tweet it out saying thanks to Next Level Racing. So I need to remember what the next award is. We have so many awards this season, it's hard to track what it is. It is
ERT Going Gets Tough Award, I believe, isn't it?
Yes, it is Going Gets Tough Award as our next award, and obviously provided by one of our partners, ERT Elite Racing Team. Again, they've been sponsoring it this season, and well, for the second year running, second season running, it wasn't a Next Level Racing stand, but because we haven't got a Next Level Racing stand for the Going Gets Tough Award, we've been able to provide not just one, but two winners of the Going Gets Tough Award. They each win a trophy and a £25 PSN stroke Amazon voucher. They can choose which one they want, of course. So the ones are in the running are, well, basically they had to be outside the top three, attend every race, and complete all their media day interviews. So if you're in the top three and done all of that, then you're out of the running, sadly. But your people that are in the wheel are Nick, Colin, Mason Jr., Indecisive, Jamie, Rich, and Quinn. So two of them will be in the running for, who that will win and Going Gets Tough Award, and plus a PSN, an Amazon voucher, plus a nice trophy as well. So I've got the wheel ready, and it's just nice to get back to someone that may be at the back, like Indecisive, like Mason Jr., maybe like Colin as well, a chance to get a prize themselves, and even yourself as well, Nick.
Yeah, that's the best thing about this prize is, it's about rewarding those guys who are turning up every week, joining in with the off-track stuff, and not necessarily finishing at the top come the end of the season, but, just joining in, taking part, and, really excited to, have ERT partner with us. As always, they're a great group, and, massively looking forward to seeing who our two Going Get Tough winners are. Although last time we did this, Jess and I was in I was on the wheel. I ended up winning, which was really awkward on screen.
Last season, me and
Matt
were the host, and we both won. Well, I missed the first race, so I was already out of it anyway. But I won it last season, so I'm glad to give it to someone else this season. But here is the first recipient, so we get to spin the wheel twice. So here's the first one. So the first recipient of the Going Gets Tough Award is Indecisive for a second season in a row. Congratulations. And I need
well done, 2 in a row. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah. This time he's not host, so it's not rigged. Joking.
No, and Indecisive does a great job with, the media day stuff, media night stuff, every week. Takes him a lot of time to, write up all the questions and the drive press conferences and hot and cold lists. So, nice to give back to him. Of course, fellow admin team member. So,
and
well
Pinnacle
done
tier commentator.
Yeah, and Pinnacle tier commentator. So he does a lot for the league, and deserving winner.
And he just started a new job recently as well, so he found it quite tough in the last few races to do the interviews, but he was able to do it without fail. So big congratulations, and it was nice to battle him this season in some races. So well done, you get another prize. So, but we again, like I said, we've got another winner of the Going Gets Tough Award. I removed Matt from the wheel so he doesn't win it twice. So who's gonna win the Going Gets Tough Award? As well, the second recipient is oh my god. Again.
Why does this always happen?
Our Going Gets Tough award winner for this season, as well as Matt, is Nick. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Why is it always someone who's in the stream that wins? That's so awkward.
It's
but...
always either management. It's like the first one. It was Dexter, who was management. The only one that didn't was management was TJW one year. I remember one season.
Yeah, because I think last time we did it was for something else that I won, wasn't it? It was about we were giving away a copy of the game, weren't we? And I told you to redo it because
and it was Owen that won it after you there.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There you go. Oh well, thank you very much.
There you go. So you win your own award. There we go. So I believe that is the last wheel, so I can close the wheel. Thank goodness. But it's not the last prize. Our final prize for tonight, before we say our thank yous, is for the fantasy, which has been our second season. Thanks to Gaza, who has been our host for this season. So 26 people took part in fantasy. You didn't have to be a driver to take part in this, but it turned out, I think, pretty much everyone who was a driver that took part, well, apart from Cloudy Balloons, but Cloudy Balloons took part anyway. You could join any time during the season. People were able to pick 5 drivers, 1 driver from each tier. Each round, you'll score a single point for each position your drivers move forward from their qualifying to race position. If your driver falls backwards or stays in the same position, you won't score any points. After each week, you'll be able to swap only 1 driver from your team. And the players who finished in the top 3 this season, because last season only 1 person was able to get a prize, and that was risky. But this season, the top 3 were able to get prizes. So the first place gets £15 PSN voucher. Second place gets £10. Third place gets £5. So I did say we would reveal the whole standing. So I will reveal from 26th down to 4th place, and then Nick will do from 3rd to the winner. So in 26th place with 45 points was Cad. In 25th place with 53 points was Kieran. 24th place with 54 points is Storm. 23rd place with 66 points is Mason Jr. 22nd place was Tom Robbo with 68. 21st place was Kingan on 76. 20th place was Olds with 78. 19th place was Rageman on 78 as well. 18th is Ioni Tama with 81. 17th is Vitinho with 89. 16th is Nick with 92. 15th is last season fantasy winner Risky on 94. 14th is Hooky with 95. 13th is Salty Bear with 96. Jason is 12th on 97. Jamie Met is 11th with 99. And in 10th and 9th is Josh and Gaza with 112 respectively. 8th is Aero Specialist with 115. 7th is Cloudy Balloons, 126. 6th is OKK with 131. And just missing out on the podium spot, both on 137 points, is Indecisive Mackie in 5th and Tech 31 Racing in 4th. So, who is our the driver? Well, it's technically drivers pretty much now that is in the running now. Who gets 3rd, 2nd, and 1st for fantasy? Starting with 3rd place, Nick.
Yeah, I mean, just to say, I'm a little bit disappointed in myself being all the way down in 16th. If anyone should win this prize, truthfully, it should be me or you, Jess, because we probably know the drivers more than anyone else, because you watch all the streams, and I've been doing it for so long where I know which drivers are perhaps start at the back more often and always keep it clean and run through the field. But, anyway, in 3rd place on 138 points is Colin, so another member of the admin team. Well done to him. In 2nd place is Speed Quinn, 147 points. So well done to him. 2nd place in the fantasy game. And then in 1st place, as I said, the person who watches all the streams should perhaps, have a little bit of an advantage. But when you sit there and watch all the streams, then truly deserved. On 198 points, it is yourself, Jess. So well done on winning the fantasy game for season 19. And just a really cool idea, this fantasy game. Picking 5 drivers, 1 from each tier, and getting a point for every position they gain from qualifying in the race. Just something that, everyone can join in on. And as you said, Jess, you don't have to drive in the league to win. You don't have to, obviously, pay anything to enter the game, completely free, and just a whole load of fun. But congratulations to you, Jess, 198 points, 51 ahead of your nearest competitor. So
Almost on
domination.
200. Almost on 200. I just missed out by 2 points, but it didn't really matter. But thank you to Gather for organising it. And I got third last season, and my goal was to win this season, and I did. And it turns out the top 3 were drivers. So, myself, Quinn, and Mason, Colin, will get prizes for the Fantasy League. So well done. And here's your top 10 as a nice graphic that I'll be posting onto Twitter afterwards as well. And obviously Tech and Indecisive just missing out on prizes for that one. And also Team of the Week as well for round 10, because we did do round 10 of Fantasy as well. So that goes to obviously the guy who finishes second and third. They both got joint Team of the Week, which is Colin. 23 points got on the final round of Fantasy Week, and Quinn, who also got 23 points. So that made a difference for them getting the runners-up spot. So both of them got Teams of the Week for round 10. And due to the fact that Tech 31 Racing had a poor week, it allowed Colin and Quinn to just jump to the runners-up spots to get the prizes. So that was the Fantasy. And it now comes down to near the end of the stream. And we got a few thank yous to make to people that have made a difference to the stream, to the season in OneHubRacing for F1, who we couldn't do it without. And Nick, I'll hand it over to you because you know who to thank more than I do.
Yeah, obviously, I just want to say, thank you to, first of all, everyone for tuning in tonight. It's been a hell of a season with lots of ups and downs, as every season is. There's always standout down moments and standout high moments, and you'd expect nothing less in a Formula One season. So, big thank you to everyone who took part, all the drivers. Big thank you to all the commentators for making the streams fantastic. Big thank you to all the viewers. Wouldn't be able to put on a show if we didn't have an audience. So thank you for all the support. And of course, our sponsors and partners, Next Level Racing, ERT, Vespertine, Free MSIM Racing, and of course, our Mental Health Foundation, which we have as our official charity. And then, of course, Jess, we need to give a big thank you to all the admin team. So I'm just going to run through their names and what they do each week to basically give our drivers and our fans the experience that we offer here. So, of course, Lukey, who's heads up all the graphics you've seen on the stream tonight, all throughout the season, he's been doing, and what a great job he does with all of them. Short notice, a lot of hours go in each week to just update the standings. And, we're not one of those leagues that just post the top tier standings and forget about our bottom tiers. Everything's done equally and fairly across all of our tiers. So no matter your pace, you're always going to get an equal opportunity. So big thanks to Luke for that. OKK, big thank you to him for all his social media. So all those tweets you see during the week, 95% of them are him. And he's obviously started a new job as well this season. So he's had to juggle both doing that and his new job. But yeah, thank you for all your commitment. We got Scorpion, who's obviously one of our stewards, so he discusses all the incidents. We keep an eye on all the rules and regs, and of course writes up the stewards and posts them every week. So perhaps not everyone's favorite admin team member, but always very involved with what we do here at OneHubRacing on a week-to-week basis. And then you've got Dexter. Of course, he's more handling on the ACC side of things now. But still very involved with everything that we decide and do, and I value his opinion greatly. So big thank you for Dexter for all his support. You got Colin, who's doing all your results and all the other awards, keeping tallies this season. Really nice guy. Really love chatting to him and racing him this season in the Precision tier, and hope to race him again in future seasons. Gaza, who, as just mentioned, did all our fantasy stuff. So a new game takes a lot of time to run through and work out how many points for each drivers and each team. So big thank you to Gaza. Then we've got Danestar, who's doing all the ACC graphics now, so helping Lukey out with that and learning along the way. And being tier coordinator of the Pinnacle tier too, so always there to give a helping hand when we need it. Indecisive, of course, does all the media night stuff, as we mentioned. That takes a lot of time to write it for all 5 tiers and the ACC drivers as well. So big thank you to him for all his commitment and hard work. Jamie, who does all our head of team stuff at the beginning of the season. All our drivers, I think you sent in over 350 team applications this season. So he has to go through all of those and make lists and check stats and who's going to get which team. So that takes him a lot of time at the beginning of the season. And then he does all your drive of the day stuff throughout the season. So thank you to Jamie for all his support. White Fountain, who's another one of our stewards. He obviously does the driver's briefing, so looks at the tracks, types up and gives drivers a little bit of pre-warning ahead of the races to see what's coming up, what they need to be careful of. As well as his stewarding every week, very, very beneficial to the league. And then you've got yourself, Jess, who's obviously does a huge amount for the league with your commentary and broadcasting. You have to watch all 5 races back to do your commentators championship, as well as all the tutorial videos you have to do, the trailer, the list goes on. So I could be here all night. But no, thank you to you. Thank you to all the admin team. Thank you to all our tier coordinators, drivers, commentators, fans. It's been a mega season, and we can't wait to be back after a nice deserved break for all of us back in 2022. Look around the February-March time for some announcements. But between now and then, I think we deserve a break.
We do. We do deserve a break. And there's one more person that you didn't mention that we forgot to thank. And it's, of course, yourself, Nick, obviously being the ringleader, the big boss of all us management, and kept us all in order and kept us calm for any difficult situations, which, to be fair, I suffered a bit of stress throughout this season, and you helped me a lot with that. And also, you were the one who suggested great ideas for the lead this season as well, and basically kept some drivers in the league as well that were going to quit, and you kept them, and you've been a role model in the league as well. And without you, Nick, it's no OneHub. So thanks, Nick, for all your hard work this season as well. And I think out of all the management team that deserve a break for the F1 side, it's got to be Nick. Come on. So thank you, Nick, for your hard work, and enjoy your break as well.
Thank you very much, Jess. My pleasure. As I said, I couldn't do it without all of you guys who help me each week put on the experience that we do. And as I said, this isn't the end. This isn't goodbye. This is just a bit of an extended break rather than 3 seasons on this game. Because right now we'd be editing the website, we'd be doing new images, we'd be doing new blank stand, and the list goes on. And it just to the point where I just think we need a break, and we deserve a break. And we don't want to do Formula One if we're not going to be able to offer the ultimate experience to all our drivers. So we'll be back in 2022, and you can bet we'll be bigger and better than ever.
It's more of a see you later more than a goodbye. So I don't think that we're going completely. Just wait until, you have to wait and see when season 20 will start, but keep an eye on Twitter and you'll be more involved than ever. But this is not over for OneHubRacing. We still got some OneHubRacing action, and I know Dexter's going to love me for this. I did tell him I'm going to do a bit of plugging for his stuff that he's been doing. We still got ACC that we are running. We're still doing an ACC season 2 that's been going for a few weeks now, and we're going on to round 6 on Tuesday on the 23rd of November in Silverstone, and it gets streamed live on our Twitch channel every Tuesday at 7 p.m. UK time. So if you want to see some more action at OneHubRacing, please check it out. Support our ACC drivers because they deserve it. They got a split championship at the moment. It was first run in season 9. It's been very successful so far. And our commentator is also doing a great job there, so make sure you give them all the love and support as well. Next round is Brands Hatch, with John and Kramer Dix as your commentators. So just because the F1 action has stopped, that doesn't mean One Hub is stopping altogether. We still got the ACC that I think majority of the admins will be putting a bit of time and effort into it as well. So make sure you give the ACC team a bit of love and support as well.
Yeah, what a breath of fresh air the ACC league has been. Just the one tier, and really excited to see how the two championships play out.
Yes, indeed. So we're going to let you guys go and enjoy the rest of your evening. The ones who have won a prize, either as a runner-up or as a champion, you will be contacted very, very soon as to how you can claim your prize, and all information will be revealed on our Discord server. So make sure you keep tabs as to how you could claim your prize. So don't worry, we won't forget you. As we will have all the names of all the winners and all the runners-up of every prize, so you won't be forgotten. And your prize will be delivered soon. So congratulations to everyone involved. And we will see you in 2022 for season 20. And for the next OneHubRacing stream, we will see you on Tuesday at 7 p.m. for the next round of ATC at Silverstone. For myself and Nick, have a good evening. We'll let you enjoy it. And thanks for a great season 19. Goodbye.